get you next match. One red. I'll flip it right after this match.
Here, I can tell you it. I can tell you the right color. Let's look mine. Oh, we hit the right color.
Clifton Gorilla, yep.
Logan, Rick!
keep it in the center of the frame.
Yes, sir.
If you can, though, do it sitting down so the parents behind you can see.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah.
And if you need to, you can always look here too. But if you're watching it on here, it's like a 2.5-second delay. And you always, like during the match too, like when they're on right there, like that's where you can zoom in. But you want to get it so that like they're still in the center and you're not jerking too much. That make sense? There you go, Connor. There you go. What's that? Yep. parents behind you. I don't have a lineup, so I'll just tell you who they are as they come off.
Oh yeah, that was Dylan Riker, Hart, and Jackson. The back and somebody's missing. And George Lee.
I definitely
Now for the real match, there'll be a scoreboard here. So like see all that what's called negative space you have up here? It's almost like you want to shift it a little bit more down, like so that these are up here. Yeah, like, because you're gonna have like a flash. So just be aware that whenever you're watching, you kind of want the middle of the action to be like straight up. Yes. What's that? I think so.
You have your badge on? I just have to swipe it, right?
Let me go do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy of both of those.
How many?
Just print two.
I'll make a couple for these guys.
Yeah, that'll work.
Excuse me, guys.
In the mornings, I'm 151, and I have to get to 144. I'll do it.
I got nothing crazy.
All right, let's go.
Maybe like a few minutes, but not much. Just from your headgear.
No, that's from the race. I think I was like, oh yeah, they still have to on my head. But I was like,
That's what I
Hey folks, welcome to some Charlotte Latin Middle School Wrestling. I'm Clifton Grelick, and I'm brought here with Max Thune, and we're super excited to bring you some wrestling here today. The Hawks will be taking on the Country Day Buccaneers. Max, how do you think this match is going to shape up?
I mean, it should be a pretty good match. Latin does fill out pretty much every weight class. They're going to take like 3 or 4 forfeits here throughout a couple weight classes, but Country Day's got themselves a pretty good team this year, and of course Latin always is going to have a pretty good team led by Coach Page. It's always going to be a lot of really good mechanics from these young kids.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And to start off the day, Latin did have a forfeit at 75, and then neither team had an 83-pounder, so we're just going to jump right into the 90-pound weight class. It's Connor Hilton against George Kelly, and I think this is going to set the tone. I mean, for sure, haven't seen any real wrestling 6-0 Hawks with a forfeit, so we'll see how it works. Hilton off, and then he hits a crazy throw. Oh my goodness, I've never seen that in middle school wrestling. He got an overhook, and he just hip tossed him. That was a great throw. We do not practice that, but it sure worked.
No, I mean, that looked like he came in with a plan, doing that within 5 seconds. Looked like he immediately knew that's the move he was going to go to, and just an easy takedown there for him.
Yeah, now Connor looking to ride heavy on top. He came out super aggressively, Paige yelling for him to butcher, and that's just our patented thing that we do on top. We like cradling, we like butchering. He almost locked that one up, but just couldn't quite get to it, so now he's just going to roll him over. He's going to try to stick him. I think he has him on his back. This looks like a pin, but George doing a really good job fighting off of his back. He's trying really hard, but they call the pin. Great match there from Connor Hilton. Just knew what he was going to do, hit the toss, and works on top to get the pin. That's a great start for the Hawks.
Yeah, really good start there. Again, just riding heavy on top, finding the pin. So Latin's going to lead here 12-0 early as we go into the 98-pound weight class. For the Charlotte Latin Hawks, it's going to be Andrew Edwards against Jay Thomascock here for the Country Day.
Yeah, Andrew Edwards, little brother of Will Edwards. Last year he was a senior wrestler for the varsity team. Very good wrestler. I wrestled him a lot. And I just think Andrew Edwards has some high expectations for him just based off of who his brother is, and I'm really excited to see him come out here and wrestle.
Yeah, I mean, Will had been a staple for the Charlotte Latin team for 3 or 4 years, really started a ton in his high school career.
So, to start off, I've noticed that Jay definitely has the length advantage. He's a very long kid, and he gets it on a shot immediately, but Edwards doing a great job with the re-attack, and he locks up the 3-point takedown. But Jay is just so long, it's so hard to finish on him. He's hipping over, and now they're just in a really scrambly position. Whoever can get their hips higher, and it looks like it will be Jay. So Jay with the first takedown. Andrew, had a great first attack, but Jay just with better defense, and headgear does fall off. So, yeah, actually the referee will call a full Nelson because typically in middle school, you're looking to run that half Nelson with one arm, but if you just sneak 2 arms under there, that's a full Nelson, and that's illegal. So they'll award Edwards with 1 point.
You do see that a good amount of middle school wrestling. Still a lot of learning from these kids, trying to figure out all the rules. So it's going to be here Jay on top.
Yeah, and Jay is just, again, like I've said, really lengthy, and that's very helpful for when it comes to wrestling. It's just hard to get anything going, and he's applying a lot of pressure to Edwards right now. Andrew just unable to build up, but doing a good job not falling to his stomach, which is really, really where you don't want to be. But, Paige is yelling for him to get up. Just tripod, do anything. He's on his knees. He has an arm. He could maybe turn into him and look for a reversal, but Jay doing a great job scrambling. But Andrew doing an even better job hipping out if he can just get his arms away from him. But that's actually a reversal, so 3-3. It's a tight one. If Andrew just let go, it would have been a 1-point escape, but he wasn't satisfied, so he circles behind him for the 2-point reversal.
Really good sprawl there by Edwards there, being able to get his legs really back and then just able to get the easy takedown, just circling around Jay.
Yeah, Edwards now with a butcher. He's going to try to drive him forward, but Jay reaching back to the leg. It's a pretty unorthodox move. You typically don't see it, but it's working pretty well for Jay. Edwards isn't really able to get much offense going from the top, but 3-3, if I'm Edwards, I would be very content just staying on top and going into the second period. But Edwards, he's not satisfied. He's looking, but now Jay with a stand-up, trying to grab the leg. Edwards doing a great job with the mat return, 14 seconds. This is a huge ride out. If Edwards can manage to stay on him for the next 10 seconds going into the second period 3-3, that would just be very big for the rest of this match. And another mat return, that's huge. And going into the second period. It will be 3-3. And Paige just loves seeing that with a pump of the fist. Just riding an opponent out for 45 seconds is just really hard, and it takes a lot of energy, but Edwards doing a great job, and that just shows a lot of grit and determination. And Edwards does start out on bottom, and he had a lot of success earlier in this match with the reversal, so a good idea starting off on bottom for Edwards, where he's had a lot of success today.
And in middle school wrestling, it's going to be 2 1-1, so the first period there's going to be 2 minutes, and it's going to be followed by 2 1-minute periods. Each team's going to get to choose what they want to do to start it here. So Edwards chose bottom, trying to find his base and work himself up to his feet again.
Yeah, if Edwards can get up within this next 40 seconds, that would just be massive going into the fourth period up by 1. But Jay applying great pressure to the head, but he's riding a bit high up, and Jay could get into some trouble here. He just keeps inching forward. Edwards reaches back for a leg. He's going to try to dump him over, but can't quite get it. He's got to worry about getting up before he can get the reversal. Now with only 20 seconds, if Jay can manage to ride Edwards out, that would just be a massive win for him going into the third period. But yeah, I mean, Jay is just doing an amazing job. Edwards has got to find a way to get up within these next 5 seconds, but it just doesn't look like he will.
It was a really good job there, just kind of keeping that wrist. It's the easiest way to ride out a person, is just have a 2-on-1 on their wrist, and he really just did that. So now we're going to see Edwards again on bottom. He's got to find a way to get up to his feet here in a 3-3 match.
Yeah, this is definitely in the advantage of Edwards, because an escape is 1 point, and if he doesn't get taken down, then that's the match. But he's got to get up, and yeah, I mean, I thought it was locked hands, so Edwards will get 1 point for that, and that is a huge win for Edwards. Now he doesn't really, I don't know if they awarded the locked hands to Edwards or Jay. I'm not. Yeah, okay, there we go. Scoreboard was corrected, so it will be 1 point awarded to Edwards, and that is just massive in this match.
Yeah, especially in this point in the match there for sure, because now be interesting to see at some point if he lets him up, try and get the takedown.
Yeah, I'm thinking he will, because there's no point in just staying on top of Andrew right now, and it looks like it'll be another, yeah, I think it's a full Nelson, and it will be Edwards with another point. So now it's 5-3. These technical violations are just killing Jay right now.
And you got to think right now, Edwards needs to get up. The worst place for him to be is to still stay on bottom, because it's just still 1 turn away from losing this match.
He is indeed, and really anything can happen. So if Edwards does manage to get up, that would just be huge. But he's just so close every time. But Jay grabbing the head, doing a good job. Edwards has just got to worry about getting to his feet. Well, it looks like a cradle opportunity might open up, but it doesn't look like Jay's going to go for it. And the cradle is there, but Jay going to try to run a half just with 20 seconds left. He might just have to cut him.
I mean, yeah, now with 15 seconds, it seems like he's pretty determined to try and get the turn, but just 10 seconds left. He's got to find something quick.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he will. So this was just a great match for Edwards. I mean, he really didn't have to do much. Those technical violations just really hindered Jay, but ultimately it'll be a win, a 5-3 win, and this was a big swing match within this duel, and winning this one is just really big for the Hawks, and this is just such a momentum shifter, just kind of a demoralizing loss, 5-3.
Yeah, I mean, in wrestling, momentum is so huge. To go up 15-0, I mean, the difference between 15-0 and 12-3 and getting your first win on the board is just huge. So as we now move into the 106 weight class for Charlotte Latin, it's going to be Ched Kiefer and
John Gilday
is going to be wrestling here for Country Day. So the Hawks will lead 15-0 here going into our 106-pound weight class.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how these wrestlers do right now. They're just in the tie, kind of just trying to feel each other out. And now he takes a very nice shot. He's going to look to lift him, and he just dumps him to his back. This is going to be at least 4 back points and maybe even a pin. If he can stick him here. And it will be a pin. Just 23 seconds into this match, he hits a beautiful shot straight to his back, and that'll be it. Hawks are on a roll right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the 8th graders on this team. There are a few 8th graders, more 7th graders on this team, so really as an 8th grader, as one of the older people on this team, you kind of got to set the tone, and right there with the 20-second pinch, just huge for Latin. So we're going to move now into the 113 pound weight class, going to be another 8th grader with Harrison Lynch for Charlotte Latin and Parker Deaton for Country Day. And it's going to be another good shot there by the Latin Hawks, right to his back again.
But great scrambling from Parker to get off of his back, but he's just right in on a reshot. Harrison is determined to get this takedown, and now he's on his back once again. If Harrison can stick him here, that would just be huge. Parker fighting for his life, but as the referee counts off these back points, and it looks like it will be another pin, the Hawks are just, I mean, they're winning the matches that are kind of equal, and then they're just dominating the matches that they should win, and this is exactly what Coach Page loves to see. And middle school wrestling is really about development, and I've seen a lot of development out of these guys as I've seen them grow from 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and it's really nice to see. And now we're gonna have Colin Costello, and you know he's very used to this program, and Paige told him at the beginning of the year that he's got to be a leader. So we'll see how he leads today. Paige, a big fan of Colin, and he hits a beautiful fireman's carry. That's an advanced shot, and he just dumps him straight to his back. Or that will be a pin. Colin just workman-like hits a beautiful fireman's carry straight to his back, and that'll be another pin, 33-0 for the Hawks.
It's really been a lot of improvement from this team over the year. This team was, again, a pretty young team coming in this year, lost their first match of the year that they wrestled. So you face adversity early on, and to come out and be up 33-0 here early against Country Day, that's just a massive swing kind of for your team as you move into the halfway point of this year. So now we're going to have 126 pounds. It's going to be Bodie Brown here for your Hawks.
Bodie Brown with a great double leg. And if he can wrap the head here, which it looks like he's trying to do, and that's exactly what you want to do right there. If he can keep a foot in bounds, I think this should be a pin, but they're going to keep on wrestling, even though it looked like they might have gone out of bounds for a second, and it's another pin. A beautiful double leg, then relentless effort to finish off the job with a pin. 39-0. I mean, there's just so much momentum in the Hawks' favor right now. It's just gone pin, 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 and quick ones at that.
So now we're going to move into the 132-pound weight class. It's going to be Roman Young for your Charlotte Latin Hawks and Jackson Mays for Country Day. And again, just the momentum's a huge thing. You can look over on the Country Day and the sideline. You see a lot of dejected, long faces. Latins over there jumping around. That's just also a major part of wrestling. You start hearing your guys cheering you on and just boost your momentum, boost your spirits.
Yeah, and a great snap down from Roman. He's going to look for a laser, and if he can hip around, it looks like he might get it. He's got to get his hips up. Something dangerous could happen if he doesn't get his hips up, and he does just that. I think maybe should be some back points, but yeah, he was awarded 2 back points plus a takedown, so that's 5. And now he's going straight to the cradle. Roman is just relentless with this effort, and he's just been constantly attacking, and that's exactly what you want to see out of a young wrestler. Now he's got him locked up in the cradle. He's got to get his bottom knee into the side. Still might be a pin, and it just is. Roman Young with another pin. The Hawks are on a crazy pin streak right now, and I haven't seen a match go out of the first period in a while.
Yeah, I mean, all these matches being finished in the first minute. So we're going to move into the 138-pound weight class. It's going to be Reed Nadeau for your Charlotte Latin Hawks and Thomas Hinshaw for the Country Day Buccaneers.
Yeah, Reed Nadeau, again, another kind of seasoned veteran on this middle school wrestling team. He's been around for a while, and he's just a great athlete, so I'd expect some fireworks here in this match. But right now, you know, they're just trying to feel each other out. Reed with a hard snap, and he's content in that collar tie. He's just going to hang on to that collar tie, and that's what Paige loves to see, just heavy on the head, and Reed is kind of just embodying that Coach Page style right now. Just being, patient with the shot, not rushing anything, and this is a lot of what high school wrestling looks like. It's you're in your ties, you're just trying to figure something out. But I would like to see Reed maybe move his feet a bit more and get out of those ties. He's such a long and tall wrestler that he could probably shoot a nice double leg without really setting it up. But again, I just think he's the type of wrestler that likes to set up the shots, and it makes sense. And there we go, a good snap down, but great defense, heavy hips on Reed there, and now it looks like Thomas will be in the front headlock position, trying to get behind, and he does just that. So 3 points for Thomas Hinshaw, and that's the first takedown for the Bucks in a really long time.
Yeah, really good leg defense there being able to get his leg back and sprawl and eventually get on top of Reed here and just riding him heavy again, looking to run that half right now.
Yeah, that was really impressive defense. Like you said, just heavy hips, and I thought Reed was going to take him down. It was a clean shot, but Thomas able to, recover from that. But he's just a bit reckless on top, Thomas, and then he lets Reed get the takedown or get the reversal. So now it's 2-3. Reed now looking for a half. Page really wants him to run it, but Reed doesn't think there's anything there. Now he calls for a butcher, and he could run a barbed wire here, but I think he is looking more toward the cradle. But Reed can just stay down here for the next 10 seconds and kind of reset. I think this is just really big, but he's actually going to get some back points here. I think that's going to be 4 back points to end off the period. That's a great way to end off the period after getting taken down first. And we've seen this twice. We've seen a Hawk get taken down first, but then just get a quick reversal and then capitalize. And I think that just shows the coaching of Coach Page and how he's telling them to kind of just be relentless and don't get discouraged when you get taken down.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of wrestling is that kind of mental part of it. Of course, you can be a good wrestler physically, but if you don't have the mental part, definitely once you get into the second, third period, you just can't really win as a wrestler. You just kind of have to just have that in your mind.
Yeah, the first period is where talent shines, and then the second and third period is where just grit and determination is going to shine. And we'll see how gritty Nadeau wants to be here in the second period with only 30 seconds left. He's up 6-3. Page really is calling for Nadeau to shoot, but he's just, again, content in that collar tie. And up 3 points, if you're just trying to win the match, that's not the worst thing to do in the world, just be a defensive wrestler. And now both boys are kind of just sizing each other up. But again, great defense. And Reed with a good shot. Thomas with just better defense, and he'll circle behind again for 3 points. Thomas is just a very good defensive wrestler.
Yeah, it kind of feels like he's baiting him there. And he's going to get the pin, so it's a really good move there by Thomas. Seemed like he was baiting him on top, didn't want to take a shot, knew that he could just kind of sprawl and circle around Nadeau, and that's going to be the first points on the board there for Country Day.
Yeah, Thomas clearly very comfortable defending shots, and he was just able to get Nadeau in kind of a weird position and get the pin on him. So after that, 45-6 in favor of the Hawks. And I think they're going to call a forfeit. A little bit of confusion, but yeah, so the Hawks will be rewarded with a forfeit at 145 pounds. That's Taylor Stukes with the forfeit win. So now we'll be moving up to 152. Emmett Ellison against David Prosnite. So Emmett Ellison, again, he's been around, this program for such a long time. I've seen him at a lot of summer camps, and he's ready to wrestle, and he's very excited to be a part of this middle school wrestling team. And he hits a beautiful single like to start off, and he'll just dump him straight to his back. That was a very clean shot from Ellison. Really couldn't have asked for a better one.
He's just trying to ride heavy here on top again. And we're going to see a lot of these middle school wrestlers. The go-to move for all of them is the cradle. He's going to lock this one up. He has him on his back, and he's going to get another pin. So another pin right there just within 25 seconds for these Hawks.
Yeah, Emmett Ellison, again, we've seen a lot of these more seasoned guys on the Hawks team just be pretty workmanlike and get one takedown to a cradle, and that's been at least 4 to 5 of these pins, just takedown, pin, and then move on. And you really love to see that, because giving the coaches a heart attack with playing with fire is just not a good idea. But right now, Wade Petkovich he's being very aggressive right now. He doesn't shoot a real shot. It's more of a knee pull, but it works to perfection. He dumps Walt right to his back, and that'll be a quick pin for Wade. It's a second pin for the Buccaneers today, so 57-12 is the score at 160, and we'll be moving up to 170 after this little break to check up on Weish. Weish able to get to his feet, and that's always great to see. He was taken down in kind of a weird spot, so But it's nice that he can get off the mat, shake hands, and move on. So, you know, a tough match, but 57-12 in favor of the Hawks. That was just really good wrestling from Wade Petkovich right there. And he was able to stick Wall on the mat and get the pin. So now at 170, this is a big match. It's Declan Wall against Austin Craig at 170. And we'll see how the Hawks can respond to that quick pin. Kind of a shocker, maybe halted some of their momentum, but I mean, we'll see how the Hawks can respond. And that this is a big part of wrestling, you know, going through adversity and seeing how you can respond from it. And now they're just, you know, in their stances again, and this has honestly been a rarity. We've normally seen the Hawks just shoot right away, and that's exactly what he does. A very nice double leg, but just really good defense from Declan right there. But Craig almost with the takedown, but Declan just able to circle behind, and Declan is obviously a pretty skilled wrestler. We've been keeping an eye on him, and he's been doing a good job in this match today, just fighting off Craig and circling behind, and now he's going to look for a half Nelson with 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Craig doing a good job staying on his belly, not getting turned. But just Declan is okay with staying on top of Craig. I guess the coaches don't want him to let Craig go and get more takedowns.
Yeah, I mean, in a match like this where you're slightly overpowered, what are you trying to think about, where you kind of know the kid on top of you is more seasoned, kind of might be a technically better wrestler than you? What are you trying to feel here?
If I'm Craig, I would just make sure, like, get to my feet immediately. Make sure he can't do anything. And Craig's doing a great job. I mean, he's really fighting really hard. But what I would do, get to my feet and just get to my shots, and don't let them, the other wrestler, kind of dictate how the match is going to go. But the last place you want to be right now is on your belly. And Paige has said this a lot, because you'd rather stall on top of somebody than stall on your stomach, and it's just very tiring trying to build up from being on your stomach on bottom. With 30 seconds left, we'll see how Craig wants to get to his feet here, and it would be a big escape, especially as you're most likely an underdog in this match. But really anything can happen in wrestling, and Craig is relentlessly, he's not getting turned, but they actually will call a full Nelson on Declan. So that's a pretty big call. 3-1 now. We've seen a couple of these full Nelson calls today, and when you try to run a half Nelson aggressively, it's pretty common for you to sneak your other hand in there, and we've seen that a couple times. So Craig will be rewarded with a point. Again, Craig is so close to getting to his feet, but Declan just kind of one step ahead on top. But 3-1 after the first period, this can really go anywhere.
Yeah, again, when you feel like you kind of get dominated on top of the whole first period, but unable to get any turns, it's only a 3-1 deficit right now for Craig, and I really think he's just got to find a way to roll his wrist out, just immediately getting the 2-on-1, and once the other guy's got both your wrists, it's really hard to find your way to build up and get to your feet.
Yeah, got to agree with you. Like you said earlier, just getting to the wrist when you're on top just makes it so hard for the person to stand up, and we saw this just now. It looks like he will stay on top, and he will, and now he's just going straight to the wrist. Declan doing what we just said. If you're grabbing a wrist, it's just so hard to get up on bottom, and Declan doing a great job of that. Almost thought Craig was able to get a reversal there when he had the sit-out position, but Declan, again, just a seasoned wrestler, and he didn't panic and just put Craig right back on the mat. So now with 30 seconds, they're calling for Declan to get a half, but he's just content with laying on top of Craig.
He's just right now really putting all his weight, all 170 pounds on him, and then just really holding on to both those wrists, and just makes it almost impossible right now for Austin Craig to be able to build up.
Yeah, now it looks like Declan might be looking for a cradle, but no, he'll let go of that, and he's just content, again, with, like what you said, putting all of his weight on Craig and just making it impossible to get up. So going into the third period, it'll be 3-1. It'll be interesting to see what the Country Day coach elects to pick for Declan. He's going to ask Declan for his opinion. Declan wants top. He's had a lot of success on top. He's kept him down for about 1 minute and 30 seconds in this entire match, so no reason not to pick top because he's just had so much success in this match, not letting Craig get a single escape.
It feels like right now off the jump, you kind of got to be explosive. That's going to be the easiest time for you to get up.
And again, he tried. I mean, Craig is trying very hard off the whistle, but Declan just able to ride him out. Now he's going to look for another half Nelson, but just not able to get it. Craig doing a great job. Now he's in his base. This is really where you want to be. You do not want to be on your belly. This is the best position he's been all day. He's going to try to kick over, and he's just not. And now he wasn't able to get it, so now he's just right back on his belly. And you really, really want to get on your knees here and base up. It's just so hard. Like, you just can't get up from your stomach. There are steps to getting up, and the first step is to base. But it looks like with 20 seconds left, Craig is going to have to give it everything he has to get this stand-up. But just in such a tough spot with Declan riding him so hard and just putting all of his weight on Craig. So with 10 seconds left, it looks like Declan will be getting the win 3-1, but good effort from both wrestlers. And this is a very encouraging match for Austin Craig, who was probably outmatched just with a wrestler that's been wrestling a lot longer, but only losing 3-1 is a tall task to ask, and that's exactly what he did. So 57-15 is the score in favor of the Hawks, and now we'll be moving up to 182.
And we're going to see Zach Moulton here for Charlotte Latin, and then Charlie Wakefield for the Country Day Buccaneers with a 57-15 lead here right now for the Charlotte Latin Hawks.
Charlie Wakefield just charging at Zach to start this period off, and we haven't really seen this type of aggression from a Country Day wrestler so far, but Wakefield not scared of his opponent. Now he's going to get into a collar tie and give a couple big snaps, and this is just like two bears just going at it in the collar tie, snapping each other down. But Wakefield able to just kind of whip him over with the collar tie, and he's just being a very aggressive wrestler, and a lot of times that works when you're strong and aggressive. It's kind of scary for the opponent, and it wasn't really a real takedown, but he just whipped him over with pure strength, and now he has the half, and it looks like he is stuck in. He is. So Charlie Wakefield, pretty quick business, a 30-second pin on Zach. So Charlie Wakefield, I mean, again, that's just what happens when you're aggressive. You're rewarded, and he was pretty fearless out there. So now it looks like there will be a double forfeit at 195, I believe.
Double forfeit.
Yeah, there will be a double forfeit. So we're just going to move right into 250, where I'm pretty sure we're going to get a forfeit at heavyweight 250. Don't think they have a heavyweight wrestler. So final score of this match will be 63-21 in favor of the Hawks. And this is a very, very good performance for the Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, Country Day's always been a team that, like this middle school team, has normally wrestled pretty close. So a 63-21 win is just really a statement win to come in and really defend your own turf and win, put up this many points. It's just not easy to do.
Yeah, and it's also just a big deal because the Hawks are able to fill out every single weight class, except for 83, but still, I mean, filling out so many weight classes in middle school is going to get you at least probably 12 to 18 points worth of forfeits to start off. But the fact that we, despite our forfeits, won the majority of the matches is just a very encouraging sign. So now we're going to move on to exhibitions. I believe the match is over. 63-21 is your final score. So now we're going to move on to exhibitions, where we'll have I think about 3 matches worth of exhibitions, and this is where, you know, inexperienced wrestlers can really find their footing on the mat. And you know, in 7th grade for me, I didn't start, and I really loved wrestling in exhibition matches because, I mean, that's where I could just get better and get reps. And this is what I really like about middle school wrestling. Pretty much everybody able to get matches.
And these are really good for especially the 7th graders. It's kind of pressure-free matches. It's 1-1-1, so you don't have to wrestle all 4 minutes. It's just 3 minutes, and it's just really good time to, again, get that practice in that you've been working on during practice, but actually get in-game reps.
Yeah, and this will be Owen Johnson against John Gildo. Owen Johnson with a great takedown. Takes him right to his back, but Gildo able to roll out. So 5-0. He got 2 back points on that exchange with a nice mat return. I think his hands are locked, and that is what the referee will call. So 1 point for Gildo. 5-1. He was just locking his hands on top, and you're just not allowed to do that. So 5-1, a good takedown for Owen Johnson, taking him right to his back. And we've seen this a couple times today where it just goes from takedown straight to their back. And now he's going to look for a cradle. If he can get hip to hip and rock him back, I think he can get this one, but Gildo able to fight it off. So 30 seconds left. Owen gonna look to just hang on to this leg and stay, I guess, in control, which is exactly what he'll do. But Gildo actually falling to his back. He's gonna get some back points here.
Yeah, just unable to stick him again, it seems. Fighting well here is Gildo.
Yeah, and it looks like Gildo able to belly out. He gives him 4 back points for that exchange. So 9-1, Owen Johnson just owning the mat right now. He's wrestling fearless, and he went straight to his attacks and dumped Gildo right to his back. So 9-1 after the first period. And we'll see what they elect for Gildo to do. They're going to defer, so the choice goes to Owen Johnson, where they pick bottom for Owen Johnson. And you see this a lot with higher level wrestling when you think the matches are going to be close. You prefer to have your wrestlers start on bottom, because if you can get an escape, that's an automatic point. So smart decision there from Page, just to allow Owen Johnson to get a potential escape that would reward him another point. But Gildo fighting pretty hard. He's looking for a butcher, but just not able to get it. Owen Johnson fighting really hard. He's in his base. If he steps up, I think he could get up. But Gildo just putting all of his weight on Johnson, and it's just really hard to get up from there. But looks like he will let up a reversal. Owen Johnson 2 points, so 11-1 now in favor of Owen Johnson. And it's just really good for these backup wrestlers to get these reps and opportunities to wrestle, because these guys have been working their tails off every day in practice to get these matches and to showcase their talent. And Owen Johnson is doing that right here. I mean, this looks like a pretty obvious pin, and that's what they'll call. So Owen Johnson with the pin on Gildo.
Yeah, and especially here, the lighter weight guys are so valuable to a middle school wrestling team. Again, having a 75-pounder and an 83-pounder, it's just so important. So for these lighter guys to get matches and to try and improve for next year is extremely important for these teams.
Yeah, and also in high school, I mean, it's just tough to find these lighter guys, 106 guys, 113 guys that can fill up your roster, and it's nice to see these smaller guys in middle school, get these reps just for the future in high school as well. So now it's Brooks Speckman against Parker, and Brooks with a great shot, double leg, and he's gonna wrap around if he can wrap around his head, it looks like he might get a pin, but not quite able to get that one. So Brooks with the takedown and 4 back points, 7-0 over Parker. And he's going to look for another half Nelson, and that's what will get turning Parker to his back, but only able to be rewarded with 3 back points. Still won't complain with that one. Already 10-0 in the first period. Now another half Nelson. He's just relentless with his half Nelson, running it over again and again, and it looks like he might get the pin with this one. He's got to get chest to chest and sink back. Still might get the pin, and he does get the pin. So Brooks getting the half Nelson pin over Parker. And now for the final exhibition match, we have Chris Seaman against Wade Petkovich. So final exhibition match. We'll see if they can end this one on an exclamation point. They're going to wait a second, maybe some confusion. And we'll shake hands. So final match of today, exhibition match. Chris Seaman kind of just working, trying to get Wade off of his head, but Wade just really strong in his ties and does the same thing he did in his real match to earn the pin, and he does this against Wade Seaman as well. So final match of the day is an exhibition, but Hawks able to beat the Bucks 63-21. This is Hawks Media Sports Production, and we appreciate you guys listening, and we had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun listening. Thank you.
Thank you guys. One more exhibition. I don't think it's going to be safe. What we're about to find out. He got pinned in 34 seconds. That's it. Zach, good. You're good. Zach, you're good. Ami? Yes, sir. Yep.
two different.